Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Chris Massimo back again with some more Apex Legends gameplay. Hope you guys are doing well today, and we got some pretty fun gameplay if I might say so myself. First and foremost, I do want to go ahead and inform you that for this particular gameplay, as you're seeing right now, we are doing just a little two-part, I would say. I want to address something really quick before we actually hop into the main part of the match. First things first, I don't know if you guys know or if you guys obviously play Apex Legends a lot or not, but usually when I'm playing Apex Legends, if I'm not able to go ahead and play with my buddies, obviously I'm going to go ahead and hop in and do some solo queuing. And basically what I'm getting at is me and my buddy Ethan over here, or 420, we actually went ahead and we're looking for a third, and we ended up just pairing up with a random teammate. And basically what happened is that I ended up dying, and it was just super annoying as to what happened. So what you guys are going to see here in this next part, obviously I'll go ahead and further explain, but other than that, I'll see you guys in the next 10 seconds. Alrighty guys, welcome back to the video. So right over here, I'm not going to go too in-depth about it or try to rant too much longer about it, but basically what happened is I told Ethan right over here to actually loot my body. Reason for that being is because I actually saw that this teammate over here was actually going for every single box, and I was just like, dude, you got to make sure that he doesn't get all of my good loot, because he was actually literally taking everything, all of my heals, my bullets, my weapons, everything. And it was just super annoying because I'm like, you can obviously see that my banner was on the box. And like that moment, the moment that I actually spawned in, I was trying to signal to that random like, hey, you took my stuff, and for some reason he was just not listening. And I was just very annoyed at that point. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and find whatever I possibly can, and I'm just gonna rush every situation, because pretty much I was actually just over it. I didn't really care if we won or lost, but I just wanted to know that if I can get a better game than this random, and obviously that we did, because the random actually only got like 1 kill and I think like 400 damage. I'm not too sure. You guys will see at the end of this video, but for the most part, like I said, if you're gonna go ahead and take someone else's stuff, at least be good with it. So with that being said, guys, I'm not gonna go over and obviously try and make this a whole full rant of the video. Obviously I just want to go ahead and show you a little bit of awesome gameplay. In this first video, obviously I'm playing with my buddy 420, or just Ethan, and then on the next video that you're gonna see coming up, I'm actually playing with my brother. So I know it's been quite a while since we had the brother on the channel, and of course, I'm actually very glad that we were able to go ahead and get him back in, because obviously he does have his own YouTube channel and he is trying to grow it as well. So with that being said, right over here, we actually found the last team, and it was actually very beneficial, and I think that's the reason why that I can't really fully transition away from playing Caustic. Obviously I do love Bloodhound, and he's just super good, especially with the new buff. But Caustic just gives that game-winning factor where you just can't help but not rush a team or rush an area, especially in situations like this. This team actually had the ring back to them, and then next thing you know it, I had a whole bunch of like Caustic traps, and obviously I was throwing my ultimate, and we were just trying to make sure that they can't get the win. So Ethan decided that it was best to go ahead and just rush outside of the ring, make them all weak so that they can't loop around, and it actually worked. So as you can see, we're actually going to get the dub right now, and actually it was pretty clutch of him to go ahead and do so. And I was pretty hyped up, and of course this other teammate was actually pretty excited as well. But as you're going to see right now, the teammate did not do anything whatsoever, and I'm just going to go ahead and consider that as karma on his part. So with that being said, guys, we are going to hop into this next gameplay right over here, and we are playing with my brother. So for the most part, right over here, the gameplay was a little, I would say slow towards the beginning of the game. So obviously we will go ahead and skip towards the late game, because that's when things really got intense. So right over here, obviously me and my brother haven't really played in quite a while, so we are obviously trying to figure out what's the best possible way for us to go ahead and play throughout the game. And he's sort of in the same position like me. Obviously we haven't really been able to clock in a lot of hours and a lot of games for this season in particular, just due to like schedules and all the other stuff. But luckily we were able to go ahead and get it work. And obviously what ended up happening is that I was running Caustic, he was running Crypto, and might I say it was actually a very good combination, because obviously with Crypto he got that new buff where he can go ahead and get the instant scan and obviously get the instant res. And then for Caustic, I mean, obviously you guys already know how good Caustic is. He's just really good. Obviously he's going to come in very clutch towards the very ending of the game. I don't want to spoil it, but right over here, I was just thirsty. I was like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and rush every team because I was just kill hungry. And it was funny because I felt like I was stealing every kill from him or just, not allowing him to go ahead and get, a really good gameplay because it was actually very sad because, it was actually his first win for this game, but I couldn't help it. I ended up getting the gold Volt, and obviously you guys know that the Volt is just amazing right now. So the moment that I shot the cargo bot down and I saw the gold Volt, I was like, oh no, we're for sure going to pop off this gameplay, and I just couldn't help it. So but it was actually my brother's first win in this match, and obviously I wanted to make sure that I can either carry him or at least get him the win when we ended up playing together, and so we actually ended up getting that done for him. So as you're going to see over here, with the gold Volt, obviously you're going to have that gold barrel stabilizer, the digi threat, the gold stabilizer, and the gold, extended mag. And I kind of wish that you could change the digi threat or at least just the sights on the gold weapons. And obviously I know there's a lot of people out there that wish the same thing, but not gonna lie, in this particular situation, or at least in this game, I would say that the digi threat came in handy. And with the Volt being so good this season, especially since it's a new gun, everyone's running it. But honestly, it's allowed me to be a little bit more aggressive because I feel like I can win a lot more gunfights, especially if I shoot first. And it's just so accurate. I felt like with the R99, it had a little bit too much kick with it. Obviously, I can control my recoil in some moments or in some games, but for the most part, I honestly have to say that the Volt is my most favorite gun so far for this season. And obviously, I see that the R301 is still really good as well, along with the Hemlock, the Wingman, of course, the Prowler. Just a lot of guns are good so far for this meta. But, like I said, these are going to be the main weapons I'm going to be running, for the most part of the season. So at this moment over here, obviously, we knew that there was a team, of course, hanging around a Harvester, and what I wanted to do is obviously just see if we can go ahead and rush them or even just gatekeep them because they had to go ahead and push our way regardless. But my brother ended up finding them, and so I was like, you know what, I was trying to tell him that we should go ahead and just keep circle, but he actually had the right idea over here, which is to make sure that we can go ahead and gatekeep them at the closer edge, and then of course just lay some traps down. But I just wanted to be sure that we weren't going to get third partied because now that we have less health or at least less shield within the game, the time to kill is just so much faster. So those third parties, you really have to go ahead and loot fast and obviously shield up as soon as possible. But right over here, I saw that this team was right over here, and man, that man just started beaming me through this little tiny slot right over here, and I was actually pretty sad, but pretty impressed about it as well. And so of course the moment that they started rushing, I was like, all right, that was the mistake that they did. And obviously I was able to go ahead and just melt this person because I'm using the gold Volt. There's just no way that you're going to beat me when it comes to this. But obviously the moment that you get the Volt in the hands of a good player, they're just going to pop off, and I'm not just talking about myself, and I'm talking about I've seen other players within other games and of course other content creators where they just completely dominate the lobby. Obviously the Volt, they made it user friendly, making sure that even all the new players just have a good time enjoying with it and obviously getting good gameplay. But for the most part, this gun is very OP. I'm pretty sure that they'll do a nerf or at least make some changes to it later on throughout the season. I would be surprised if they didn't. But I mean, like, look how good this gun is. Obviously my aim was a little wonky in the beginning, but I completely just lasered that guy. And obviously right over here, this Gibby was just rushing us, and I didn't realize he was going to go up. But, good play on his part. But for the most part, I ended up actually just lasering him until my brother can clean up that fight, or at least just clean up that kill. So right over here, we were blessed to actually get ring control, and obviously it worked out in our favor. But it was a little scary just because they were getting some good cover, and since I was caustic, I just wanted to go ahead and throw my traps out just to take some precautions because we don't know if they're going to try and rush us, and then next thing you know it, they get a good flank. And I just wanted to make sure that we secured the win. But that guy was just standing right there in the open because obviously it was a Rampart. She was trying to throw out her minigun, but I was just trying to make sure that I can give her no chance in doing so because that minigun literally melted me the other day. I was playing a game, and then next I turned the corner and then just insta dead. I stood no chance, and I thought the Devo was bad. But I can see that for reasoning behind that Rampart is a great legend, and I'm actually having a lot of fun with her as well too. But right over here, I was a little curious as to where the other team was, and the next we found out they were right over this ridge. And the moment that we had high ground, I was like, yeah, it's game over. They just didn't stand a chance. So as you're gonna see over here, guys, I am gonna go ahead and wrap up the last final 2 kills. Like I had mentioned before, we didn't realize if they were really good or not, just because I still wasn't kill leader. But for the most part, we do clutch up the win. And with that being said, said, guys, if you guys have made it this far, I just want to say I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I appreciate all the love and support. We are super close to 30 subscribers as well. I'm definitely looking forward to that milestone and every milestone coming forth. So with that being said, guys, I do appreciate you guys watching today's video, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.